G'day, I'm Matt from Yakima. Today, I'm going to take you through how to assemble and install our lock and load platform system. Before we start, let's make sure you've got everything on hand. The tools you'll need are 10 and 13mm sockets or spanners, a cordless drill or screwdriver, a 4mm hex driver bit, and a small Allen key. You'll also need a 4 or 6 leg pack depending on the platform size, a vehicle with the lock and load fit kit already installed, and a clear, flat, open space to assemble the platform, ideally up to 2.5 metres squared. Finally, ladders or work platforms as appropriate for your workshop setup. So let's begin. Place the platform package to the side of your work area. Cut the tape around the base of the box and remove the lid, but don't throw it away. Instead, place it on the floor and break the corners so it can sit flat. This forms part of a clean work area for assembling the platform. Next, pull the cardboard sleeve containing the side extrusions and place on the floor. Carefully cut down the taped edge and unroll the cardboard. Leave the extrusions in the foam wrap and set aside along with the fasteners bag and the instructions. Take the next cardboard sleeve out of the carton and cut open and unroll. Set aside the corners along with the side pieces. For some platforms, there will only be 2 sleeves inside the carton. If this is the case, store the slats in their foam wrap in a safe place outside the working area. Use these 2 flattened out cardboard sleeves to form the remainder of your workspace. Now with this ready to go, let's assemble the perimeter. The side extrusions can be slid out of their foam wrapping, avoiding the need to use a knife. There are 2 side extrusions plus a front and a rear extrusion in each kit. To tell the difference, side extrusions have no rubber infill in the top. The front extrusion will have the wind deflector pre-installed and infill rubber in the top, and the rear extrusion will have infill rubber in the top and on the inside face. Place the 4 pieces on the work area in the general shape of the platform. Make sure that they're upside down with the accessory channel facing the floor and the logo upside down. Open up the 4 packets containing the corners. Separate the plastic corners from the steel inserts and set these aside. Place the 4 plastic pieces in position around the perimeter. An important note, do not start assembling the corners into the perimeter pieces yet. Get the large bag of fasteners that you set aside previously. Arrange the fasteners into their various types: nut plates, 25mm cap screws with large washers, plastite screws, 16mm cap screws with small washers, T-bolts, slack clamps, nylock nuts, small washers and pivot mount blocks. Also included is a spares pack with 1 of each kind of fastener, just in case you need it. For the next steps, you'll need 8 each of the following items: nut plates, 25mm cap screws with large washers, and plastite screws. Take the nut plates and press into the slots in either end of the plastic corner. The slots are designed to retain the nut plate even when inverted, so you will need to push them in. Don't worry if they're not perfectly centered. Repeat this for all 4 corners. Grab a front or rear extrusion and a corner. The corners will only insert one way into the extrusion, so rotate the pieces around until they align. The corners are designed also to be a snug fit, so there will be some resistance as you slide them in. If it won't budge, check the shorter middle tab on the corner. If need be, press this outwards with your finger while pushing the corner in. Insert a second corner into this piece, and then connect the long sides to create a big U-shaped assembly. Insert the corners into the final loose piece, then align the fingers with the ends of the U-shaped assembly. Starting with just the tips, gradually insert the end piece into the side extrusions, working both sides in turn. As a final step, lift up the perimeter assembly to push everything home. The perimeter is now complete. Take a steel insert and 2 25mm cap screws and plastite screws. Locate a steel insert into the back of the plastic corner. These only fit in one way, so rotate around until all tabs sit flat on the inside of the perimeter. Using an Allen key or similar tool, insert it into each of the 4 slots. Wiggle the Allen key to help align the holes in the corner, reinforcement, nut plates and perimeter pieces. When all holes are aligned, you should be able to insert the Allen key in around 25mm. Using a 4mm hex drive bit, insert and half tighten plastite screws into the narrower tabs on the steel insert. Leaving these half tightened makes the next step easier. Next, take the 25mm cap screws with large washers and tighten completely into the corner using the same 4mm hex bit. The cap screws have pre-applied thread lock compound for extra durability. Now fully tighten the plastite screws. Repeat this process for all 4 corners of the platform. Now your perimeter is assembled and complete. Next, from the packaging, remove the 2 thick cardboard end pieces. Stack these and place under one side of the perimeter to raise it up. Unwrap the slats from the cardboard sleeve and foam wrapping. It may be necessary to cut the tape with a knife. Be careful not to mark the slats in the process. Take one slat at a time and turn upside down so the riv nut holes are facing upwards. Slide each slat into place under the perimeter's inside lip, pushing it up hard against the other side. Repeat this process until all slats are in place. Check on both sides that the riv nuts in each slat are aligned underneath the holes in the perimeter's inside lip. Then, remove the cardboard blocks and the perimeter will drop into place over the slats. Next, count out 4 16mm cap screws with small washers for each slat. Insert a screw through each hole in the perimeter's lip down into the slat's riv nut holes. These screws also have pre-applied thread locking compound. Grab your drill with a 4mm hex drive bit. Along one edge of the platform, only half tighten each cap screw. Next, go to the other side and fully tighten the cap screws. Then return to the first side and fully tighten the remaining fasteners. Flip the platform over and place right side up on the work area. Now is the time to attach the spine pieces. These provide additional strength for the front and rear perimeters. Unwrap the spine pieces from the foam. One end of the spine will be open, while the other side will have an end cap inserted. Place the spines in place at the front and rear of the platform, with the open end touching the perimeter. Next, from the fastener pack, get 6 slat clamps, 6 16mm cap screws with small washers, and 2 25mm cap screws with small washers. Before attaching the spines, check the roof of the vehicle you're working on. If it has an aerial fitted to the front or rear of the roof, you can offset the spine to the left or right of the centre line to avoid interference. With the 4mm hex drive bit, fasten the 25mm cap screw through the hole in the perimeter into the spine. Then align the spine so it sits square with the slats. Take a clamp and fit it into place. The top hook of the clamp goes into the channel on the side of the slat. Using a 16mm cap screw and small washer, fix through the clamp into the riv nut below. Continue this for the other spots in the spine and then check all screws are tight. Repeat this process for the spine at the other end of the platform, offsetting from the centre line if necessary. Your platform is assembled and ready to fit to the vehicle.